Madden football is the home of Super Bowl 57, and this historic matchup is brought to you by EA Sports. It's the Green Bay Packers and the Kansas City Chiefs. Coming up next.
We are pleased, as always, to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Countdown to kickoff, and what should be an epic one here, as it'll be the AFC champion Kansas City Chiefs taking on the NFC champions, the Green Bay Packers. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And Charles, for these Kansas City Chiefs, they, of course, were Super Bowl champions 3 years ago. The win over the Niners in Miami. They fell to the Bucs in Tampa a couple years back. They had the blown lead in the AFC title game against Cincinnati last year. And now they're back, making their third trip to the big game in 4 years.
And their recent history only increases the urgency to try and win another Super Bowl title with this group.
Meanwhile, the Packers are back as they look to bring another Super Bowl title home to a place aptly named Titletown.
And they're looking for their fifth win, which would tie them with the Cowboys and 49ers for second all-time. They did last win it in 2011. That was Super Bowl 45. Aaron Rodgers leading them over the Pittsburgh Steelers. But when you talk about titles, and you mentioned Titletown, they've won 13 championships overall when you count all the NFL titles prior to the Super Bowl era as well. So this is a town that's used to winning, and they expect to win this one as well.
Set to go in a rematch of what would come to be known later as the first Super Bowl. The Chiefs and Packers are underway. Taken in at the 3. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. Leading the Packers offense out here, the same man who has been doing so since 2008. That's the great Aaron Rodgers.
Well, we all know this past offseason that Aaron Rodgers had options, and there's a possibility he might leave Green Bay. But he chose to return to the only franchise he's known, and for the second time, has them playing in the Super Bowl.
Rodgers going to the air to start things out. Tunyon's got it on the out route. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. The game's first play produces 6 yards. Brings up second down.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football, and that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
They got 2 of the 3 they needed there. Leaves them with third and just a yard.
Now that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater, he just made a great play there.
They'll try and run for the first with Dillon. That is not going to be any help as they dump him behind the line of scrimmage. This defense not budging. Back-to-back carries of just 2 yards.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
So on 4th down, on is the punter, Pat O'Donnell, to kick it away. Nice punt, but good work on the return to get back 11 yards. And it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10. Here comes the Kansas City offense, and in his 6th season of conducting this high-powered attack, coming off 4 straight Pro Bowls, it's Patrick Mahomes.
You can't help but continue to marvel at how well this man's career has gone so far. Now in his 5th season as KC starter, he's never missed a conference title game, and he's taking the field in his 3rd Super Bowl. Simply dominant, it's easy to envision him being one of the top quarterbacks for many years to come.
Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10, just shy of the 30. The drive will begin with a run by Edwards-Helaire. And room to run as he's up past the 35-yard line. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. Well, you often say that sort of opens the playbook now. 2nd is short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
2nd down, back to Edwards-Helaire. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the 1st. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave him with a 4th down. So opening drive, 3 straight runs, unable to pick up the 1st.
I know the fans want to see 1st downs, but guess what? The coaches have reasons for what they're doing. Sometimes they've scripted it, and some of these runs, while they haven't been successful now, they may be successful later on.
On is the punter Townsend as he gets this one away. And a nice special teams job here. This is going to be down inside the 10 at the 7-yard line. 1 quarter done and 3 more to play here in Super Bowl 57. 0-0 our score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. And we are back. Biggest game of the year, the Super Bowl, and both teams ready for the start of the 2nd quarter. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So he's not picking up a couple of 1st downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 1st downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
Now a 2nd down and 6. Off the play fake to Jones. Here's Rodgers. That's complete, and once again, it's Cobb. Rodgers to Cobb. Good for a Green Bay 1st.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. Over the middle, complete. That's Jones. They showed off a nice juke of the defender before the next wave could bring him down. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a 2nd and about a foot. We have reached the 2-minute warning. In fact, just under 2 minutes to play in the opening half of this year's Super Bowl. On 2nd and very short, Rodgers. And he's got his receiver. That's Sammy Watkins. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a 1st down.
I think that's a big pickup for a 1st down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a 1st down. Executed it to perfection. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Rodgers to throw once more. He's got the hook up to Lazard. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45.
All always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver, that makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 40. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Give him 15 there, and the Packers have a first. And again, it's Rodgers. Caught by Cobb. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. Now another timeout called for by the offense as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. From the 31, Rodgers. Pass complete. He's got Lazard on the out route. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down about the 21 or 22. Rodgers teaming up with Lazard there for a Packer first down.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver trying to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
Could we get a touchdown in this first half after all? It's 1st and 10. Here's Rodgers. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another first down.
Rodgers again now. That's complete right side to Lazard. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line.
He kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
Now on 3rd down, an extra DB out there for the Chiefs. Now it's Rodgers. That's complete to Cobb. And the Packers are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. Now the Packers going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. A chance for the first score of this Super Bowl. Here's 1st and goal. Working from the gun, Rodgers. Only a yard in the completion. It's 2nd and goal.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
And the ball situated at the 9, 2nd and goal. To throw, it's Rodgers. And he's going to go down. Sacked right around the 17. Trent McDuffie getting the chance to blitz and finishing it off with his sack. So we've come upon halftime in the big one, the Super Bowl. As now we send you out to Orlando and hook back up with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, BG, thanks very much. And welcome one and all to our beautiful new downtown Orlando studios for this EA Sports Halftime Report. First up, though, a look at the next-gen stats for the Packers in that first half. And in a tie ball game, they've got to be asking themselves, what can we do to get this passing game on track for the second half to come? Meanwhile, for the Chiefs, we get a look at their numbers on the ground in that first half, as they'll be looking to rev things up here in a tie ball game.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. These two teams sat through a longer than usual 30-minute wait, but we're back in action here in the Super Bowl. Hardman, he is not going to bring this out, so they will start the drive at the 25. Kansas City taking the field for their second drive. And we thought this game had the potential to be tight, maybe not this tight, scoreless as we start the third quarter.
And I love the way you use the word tight. I'm going to take it a little bit different direction here because it's not just tight on the scoreboard. I think both offenses have been tight in how they've played this game. No one's been loose. No one's been free. They've got to find a way to make some plays, and I don't think you do it if you're really tight in everything that you're doing in the game.
Second half starts with a run by Edwards-Helaire. And he's got some space here. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. Fresh out of the locker room, they hit him with a gain of over 20.
The Chiefs value what Edwards-Helaire brings to a backfield group, both as a runner and a receiver. Average over 60 all-purpose yards per game for them across 10 contests. They know he can produce even more if he can stay healthy for the full season.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. From the gun, it's Mahomes. Man open, that's Marquez Valdez-Scantling. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line, tackled there. He was held without a catch in the first half, but he's got one here, and he also picks up a first down.
Doesn't matter whether it's a zone coverage or man coverage, the drag route can be effective when it's run well.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. To throw, it's Mahomes. Forced out to his left. Looking left side, and it's complete. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards.
They go with the empty set there, 5 receivers in the formation. Normally, you want to have a running back in to block, but in this case, he's lined up to the right, and he ends up getting the football. A lot of confusion caused defensively, and it turns into a big play.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Mahomes going to throw. To the right side, it's Kelsey. And in for the Chiefs touchdown. With a first touchdown of the Super Bowl and a long one at that. And the Chiefs have taken the lead as they go right down the field and score on the opening drive of the second half.
Well, we know someone just added to his touchdown passing total, but all he did was get the ball out quickly to his tight end and let him take care of business the rest of the way.
Harrison Butker is on for the extra point. And his kick is good to make it 7-0 KC. The drive summary, 4 plays, 75 yards. And it culminates in a Travis Kelce touchdown. After the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. Rodgers going to return it from his end zone. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. So here are the Packers now. They get set for their first possession of half number 2. And this game was all square at halftime, but now they find themselves down 7 following the opening drive touchdown here in the third quarter.
And they need to take a good, relaxing, deep breath, don't you think? Because right now they might start to feel like they've got to play catch-up here and start matching them point for point. but it's still too early to get there. They can still run their offense. Plenty of time to get back in this game.
Rodgers will bring the pack up with a 1st and 10 at their own 18. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And this is caught by Watkins. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. Right off the bat, it's a 1st down to start the drive, 12 yards.
Well, one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Throwing now is Rodgers. And one more time, that's Watkins. And that's good for a gain of 6, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Now Rodgers finds Lazard quickly on the slant. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. Just one more quarter remains in the season-long race for the Lombardi Trophy here at Super Bowl 57 from Glendale. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And there's just one quarter that remains in this edition of the biggest game of the year, the Super Bowl, as we get set for the 4th quarter. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. He's been quiet today in the passing game, just his 2nd catch.
Yeah, and people have to come up with schemes to limit him. And what a lot of teams do, they'll double him, use a linebacker underneath, a safety over the top. Sometimes they'll just take a corner, maybe their 3rd corner if he's a bigger guy, and put him on a man-to-man to try and limit his touches. Just keep mixing it up, give him different angles, different looks, like a good boxer does.
He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. Bad news, they didn't get it on 2nd down. The good news is they still only need about 3 or 4 inches here on 3rd.
And the good play callers have looked at both situations. They thought to themselves, okay, this call, I pick up the 1st down, already ready with that call. If I don't, this is what I'm going to come back with in order to pick it up.
And he's going to have the 1st down at about the 38. We've got a 1-score game with inside of 2 minutes remaining. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Back to throw, Rodgers. Caught on the right side by Jones. And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and it'll be 2nd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
And he'll be brought down at the 27.
I'm starting to wonder here, are they trying to prevent winning? Because right now, they're laying back and they're picking them apart, moving the ball downfield. I think they got to start bringing a little pressure towards the quarterback.
1st down now, but the clock continues to move. Now Rodgers. And complete once again to Watson. And he's brought down here just outside of the 20.
That completion helps out in a nice way. Now they can take a little bit more time, but guess what? They've got to make sure on their throws that they see it open, not just anticipate it.
The clock rolls as the Packers look to hurry things up. Rodgers to throw. To the sideline, and wow, what a catch there. He doesn't get a lot, but he was able to get the feet down complete. That good for 6 as they keep this drive right on rolling. That's what they need right now. Get the 1st down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. To throw is Rodgers. That's complete to Lazard. And he's got this inside the 10 to the 9 before he's out of bounds. Calling a gain of 6 on the play, and that'll make it 2nd down. They'll look to throw. And that one finds the ground, breaking a string of 5 straight completions. And it brings up 2nd down. No, 3rd down. To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the second half. That's just his 2nd incompletion.
Well, if he's that locked in, that means everyone's locked in, because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit, a lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
And it's caught. It's a touchdown. So they rally here in the final minute, and they're an extra point away from tying this game.
And while it appears the heavy lifting was accomplished by scoring the touchdown, they're still down 1. That extra point is not a gimme.
Now still down 1. Here's an utterly critical extra point attempt here. And it is good. There were about 70,000 people about to turn blue from holding their breaths, but it's good, and this Super Bowl is tied. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Taking it about the 1. Here's Mecole Hardman. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. KC's offense ready to take over. Well, partner, here it is. They've got the chance to win the game. You'd have to think they need to get it near the opposite 40 to have a chance to kick a game-winning field goal. We'll see what they can do.
And you're right about that, because if we look at it in macro, that's what it looks like. But I think in micro, the head coach has already asked the special teams coach, what is he feeling? What does he think? Where does he want the football? What's the yard line we have to get? And he's already relayed that to his quarterback and his offense. They know what the goal is. Now the key, can they get there?
Finding Kelsey. And some room to run now. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. 23 yards on the play. The Chiefs now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop him with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. Mahomes will throw. Pass complete to Edwards-Helaire. And that not what they wanted. They lose yards on 1st down. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in the game. Here's Mahomes. Finding Hardman, and he'll wind up getting about 8, but the clock will run. Also, don't forget, it's now 3rd down. And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left. Mahomes to throw it. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there that brings up fourth. Fourth down now defensively. Charles, you know, they're just asking this crew for one more stop.
And you know that they're feeling the momentum right now, but they have to be very careful not to get over-exuberant, overexcited, and blow an assignment and give up the big first down.
Mahomes throwing on fourth. Here we go, this to avoid overtime. And a penalty flag comes in as that one winds up incomplete, but the contact is going to move the ball well downfield. So the game will continue for at least one more play.
To not finish a game on a defensive penalty, that's why they get one more untimed attempt.
Everything right now resting on the right foot of Harrison Butker. This undoubtedly the biggest kick of his life. And his kick is good. The field goal is through the uprights, and they've won the Super Bowl. And the Kansas City Chiefs are the Super Bowl champions. And when this moment comes, I think you look back at all the blood, sweat, and tears, the offseason, the workouts, training camp, week 1, 2, 3, all building up now to say you're a Super Bowl champion. It's worth it.
It certainly is, and rarely do we have a team that holds the Lombardi Trophy that didn't have their share of bumps along the way, didn't have to face some adversity in the journey, and now they get to just enjoy it and revel in it. And all offseason, they'll be signing their autographs with Super Bowl champion at their